Really, all things. Greetings and great rising loves. I was trying to figure out was I gonna do a prayer from speaking with spirit, or if I was gonna do one of the other prayers that I do. Um, it was today that well, no, I've been doing that. Some of our people, when I say our, I'm talking about black people. So if it don't apply, let it fly. Are suffering from identity crisis, and that's a whole nother story. But I'm gonna pray this prayer for supernatural wealth transfer, since you know you got people who want to give out money. We'll talk about that in a minute. Ashe, we're gonna go ahead and do that prayer first. Let me get this prayer together, because if y'all gonna be handing out coins, there's some people that y'all been owing for centuries, honey. Let me get this prayer together. Give me a second. Things are working for my. Okay, I had to adjust that camera. Mother, Father, Creator, I decree supernatural wealth transfer into our lives. Let resources, opportunities, favor, and provision shift from the hands of the wicked and into the hands of the righteous. Mother, Father, Creator, position us for the divine access, strategic relationships, open doors, ideas, contracts, promotions, and financial breakthroughs. Break every barrier blocking our increase. Cancel every spirit of lack, delay, and financial sabotage. Align us with the assignments that unblock abundance. Let wealth flow into our lives without struggle, and let our hands handle what our heart has prayed for. We step into overflow, influence, and financial freedom. Ashe, amen. Prayer for supernatural wealth transfer. This camera kind of did its own thing while I was doing it. I don't like that. And since we did that prayer, why not do affirmations for abundance? Ashe. I welcome this new day with an open heart. I welcome abundance in all its forms. I welcome opportunities that align with my purpose. I welcome prosperity into my life effortlessly. I welcome the flow of money and resources. I welcome the energy of gratitude and joy. I welcome connections that uplift and inspire me. I welcome success as my natural state. I welcome the courage to take inspired action. I welcome financial freedom with ease. I welcome every lesson as a gift. I welcome my highest potential unfolding. I welcome peace in my mind and body. I welcome miracles in ordinary moments. I welcome the wealth I am worthy of receiving. Ashe, ashe. Affirmations for abundance, since they want to hand out money. Y'all have been owing the descendants of enslaved people for decades, if not centuries. Yet y'all have skipped over us every fucking time. Every time. Let me tell y'all a story. And I'm probably it's a couple people that's gonna get pissed off about what I'm gonna say. But if you know history, you know I'm not lying, and I also know that this young lady who told me this was not lying. So when I hold on, y'all know when I get into stuff like this, I gotta turn church music out, because I'm probably gonna start cussing. Give me a second, because we ain't gonna be able to have this conversation if I'm listening to the gospel in my ear. And we're gonna talk about the fact that y'all are on here publicly trading hoodoo practices with people that are not supposed to be practicing it, because that is a closed practice. That's a whole nother story, again, for another day. Now mind you, some of the people who gonna try it gonna meet some of our ancestors, and it's not gonna be pretty. Anyway, let me change this music so we can get into let's see what Cash Door Station is doing this rising. We can listen right away. I like this song. So, where was I at? Oh, yeah, them giving money. So this story about this young lady, I'm gonna take this camera down as well. I'm gonna have to get me a new tripod. That's a whole thing in it. So I got one downstairs, but I need a new one for upstairs. Okay, so I was in college. This is when my children were very young, and I remember going to El Centro College in downtown Dallas, right? Which is like at that time, it was like one of the biggest hubs for the college students that wanted to be in the medical field. Ashe, ashe. So it was this Asian young lady. Don't want to mix her cultures up, but we were in class or whatever, and we were talking about why we were in school, what we were studying for, and all this and that. And she was like, yeah, when my parents came over here, she was like, I was young, but when my parents came over here, they received a big check from the government, and they were able to open, she said they was able to open 2 businesses. And she said with that they were able to buy a house, and they are now putting her through college. But she's trying to get, she was at the time, she was trying to get some, she needed some credits or whatever, and it was easier for her because it was summer. She was like, it was easier for her to do it at a community college during the summer than it was for her during her university. Now we're going to reverse back to what she said. She said, when my parents came over here, the government gave them a big check, and they were able to open 2 businesses, buy a home, and put her through college. Now, I never asked her why did the government give her family, a big check, but I can only imagine. And it had my spidey senses wondering. And at the time, let me revert back, because my children, oh, what year was this? Bush was president. George W. Bush, the son, was president at the time. So anyway, she was like, I never got a chance to ask her what the big checks was for. And I didn't want to be in her business like that anyway. At that time, I wasn't even worried about shit like that. I had kids at home. I was trying to get an education so that I can get a good job. Let me just tell y'all, that shit didn't happen. I ended up going to a trade school and actually getting a better job than I did when I went to college. And I'm mad I let my certifications expire. Anyway, she had told me that that's how she was going to college. That's how she was going to school. The big check that the government gave her. Why she felt the need to tell me that, I don't know. We were just talking about our lives and shit. Yeah. So when I say this government has paid everybody but Black Americans who ancestors was enslaved, this government has paid everybody else except the ones who ancestors was enslaved. Now when they talking about giving out money to the J6ers or people who they felt was wronged by the government, or okay, if that's the case, y'all might as well get ready, because I feel like if they try to deny anybody who signs up for that motherfucking check, especially Black Americans, Latino Americans, because y'all definitely been targeting them lately, if they try to deny them, that money needs to be tied up in court for so fucking long that nobody never sees a fucking dime. That nobody sees a fucking dime. That's what I hope. I hope that I let them go ahead and get that shit going. And they say that them funds are ready for people to start signing up for. I need every Black American and every Latino American and everybody else who felt wronged by this government in this time, even the motherfuckers who's had small businesses and farms, sign up. Sign up. Everybody sign up. Everybody sign up. And we gonna see if how they gonna work that out. Because then if they deny, especially Black people, then we gonna file. Let's go ahead and file discrimination. Let's tie that money into the courts for years, till nobody sees a fucking dime of it. Until you do right by us, and I mean Black Americans, everything you touch shall crumble. So I say, so mote it be ×3. Until you do right by Black Americans and the descendants of the enslaved, everything you fucking touch shall crumble. Babylon will fall. And I said what I fucking said. I call upon the ancestors that you have wronged, that you have enslaved, that you have killed, that you have lynched, that you have kidnapped. I call upon them for strength. May we see this shit through. May everything y'all touch crumble until you do right by us. I heard that they talking about bringing some more South Africans over here, white South Africans, right? When they announced that they are about to give people who they felt wronged by a government money. So may every fucking thing crumble until y'all do right by the enslaved. And I ain't talking about the indentured servants. the fuck out of here with that shit. I get tired of people when they be, especially when some of my grandparents worked on the same cotton fields as the enslaved people, and they were paid. It might have been pennies on the dollar, or they it's because they bartered their time for something that they needed. It was not because they were enslaved. They was indentured servants. Some people was not taught fucking history, and it shows. It's kind of like how they keep trying to say that the races, KKK and all that was triple K, because I don't want to get cut. But they was Democrats, and not realizing that was a whole fucking party switch. Did they teach y'all history or not? And maybe growing up in the hood was an advantage for me, because we had teachers, and a lot of them was black teachers, because a lot of other teachers didn't want to teach in our neighborhoods. So we had teachers that taught us fucking history. But somebody gotta do it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get ready to go to the gym. I had some more to say. I guess it's gonna have to be midday thoughts, because this video is probably gonna run long anyway. But yeah, everybody sign up for that motherfucking money. Everybody who feel wronged by this government and unfairly targeted by this government, sign up for that money. If you posted on social media and the government had people come knocking at your motherfucking door, sign up for that money. Everybody who felt wrong, who feels wronged by this government, sign up for that money. Okay, I want y'all to have a good day on purpose. I gotta get ready to go to the gym. Y'all know I'm real big into the gym, and so let me just get ready to go do that. Have a good day on purpose. I love y'all to pieces. That was my little soapbox moment. I was gonna get into how I'm learning that a lot of black Gen Z are having identity crisis, but maybe I'll say that for midday thoughts, because I learned that I've been seeing it, but I actually learned it this rising when I opened one of these social media platforms, and somebody had responded to me, and they was a black young American. Young. I think fresh out of high school, I think, or I think that's like Gen Z, or I don't think that's Gen Alpha. I don't think it's Gen Alpha. I think it is Gen Z. Anyway, feeling a way about being black, and I was like, I've been black my whole life, and I love it here. I got grown children. That's what I'll say. So I don't say my age. I have grown children though. We are a resilient people. We are a beautiful people. We are powerful people. We are the blueprints across the world. Ashe, Ashe. Okay, we're going to have to have this conversation. Y'all know I got to get ready to go to the gym. I try to go Monday through Friday for an hour and a half, get my time in, unless I have a doctor's appointment. So we'll table this conversation for later on or another day. Ashe, Ashe. I want y'all to have a good day on purpose. Remember, comparison is the biggest thief of joy. Ashe, Ashe. And the grass ain't always greener and why you think it is, or how you think it is. Sometimes the grass is that green because it's fake. Other times the grass is green because they had to dig up that soil. They had to dig up that earth, lay down new soil, and plant new seeds. You don't know what somebody went through to get to where they got to. So don't be out here comparing yourselves to others. It's never too late to follow your dreams. I tell myself this every single day. It's never too late to follow your goals and your dreams. Ashe, Ashe. I love y'all. Have a good day. I'll see y'all later.